Hey YouTube, I'm back this time with my beauty empties for the month of June 2020. I don't have any chit chat, so let's jump right in and get started. So I'm going to start with my larger items and then move on to my smaller ones. So I totally finished up my liter of Paul Mitchell, and this is not going to fit in frame by the way, Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Shampoo. I purchased this, I don't even know, like maybe last summer. It's been a while. And I just now kind of got around to using it up. I mentioned, I think in my last beauty video, that what I did was I actually poured about half of this into a half-liter bottle of Paul Mitchell Shampoo 2 that I had used up just because it was a smaller container. And I also actually used the rest of this for pretty unconventional purposes. So I was kind of in a position of, well, an entire liter takes me a while to use up for shampoo. And I really don't want to move it with me because it does have the pump, and like I've said in my Bath & Body Works videos, I really don't want to move a lot of things with pumps. So I kind of Googled what you can use shampoo for, and you can use it to wash dishes, you can use it to clean like glass surfaces. So I actually did a lot with this. So would I recommend that in general? No, but it's just kind of where I was at with my move. So yeah, I decided to use it up for other purposes too, because I had really high hopes for Super Skinny, but I feel like it didn't really do anything for me that I really wanted it to do. So when I moved to Denver, I am going to continue purchasing Paul Mitchell because I enjoy Paul Mitchell. I think it's worth it if you can get it for the right price, but I will not purchase Super Skinny shampoo. Instead, I would really like to explore the Moisturize line, like in the blue packaging. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, in a couple weeks when I'm finally out in Denver, I will repurchase some Paul Mitchell products, and I may or may not haul it. I don't know, we'll see. So in general, I didn't hate it, but it really did not do anything for me that I wanted it to do. The next item I used up is also a hair care item. This is my Aussie Miracle Moist Conditioner. I started using this, or like purchasing it, because my husband liked it. My husband is an Aussie himself, so I kind of like made that connection with it. And yeah, he really enjoyed it. This is actually the second that we've purchased. I used it up with him because we're so close to the end of the lease. Again, I did not want to buy Paul Mitchell stuff just to have more conditioner. I just kind of like let it go that it's not cruelty free, and I used it up. Unfortunately, I really liked it. I wish that Aussie was cruelty free, but it's not. So for that reason, I want to try the moisture line that Paul Mitchell has and see what that does for me. But in general, I would recommend it. I really enjoyed it, but unfortunately it's not cruelty free. Okay, so the next item I used up is also not cruelty free. This is my Clean and Clear Morning Burst Facial Cleanser. I don't know, it's just the orange kind. I like most Clean and Clear products. Again, it's not cruelty free. However, I do continue to use it because I just spent a long time in 2018 trying different cruelty-free face washes, and I felt like they just didn't do the job. So because I am not willing to negotiate on that, I did go back to Clean and Clear, and I've been using it for a long time again. In general, I really like it. It's drugstore, so it's affordable, and it's great. Next, I used up a Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. So I purchased that originally for my wedding back in January. I generally do not use a setting mist. I feel like personally, I don't notice a difference between the longevity of my makeup when I use one and when I don't. But my little sister, who did my makeup for my wedding, insisted on me getting a setting mist, so I decided to buy that. If you're a setting mist person, I would recommend it. I think that it smelled great, it felt good, and I don't know, my makeup held up all night at my wedding, so that was cool. But yeah, in general, if I have a reason to buy a setting mist again in the future, I would repurchase it, but typically I don't have one in my repertoire of makeup. I'm just a little bit too basic for that. But like I said, if you are a setting mist person, I do recommend it. Okay, so next I used up my last Alba Botanica Acne Dote Astringent. I really enjoy the Acne Dote Astringent. I've had multiple bottles of it. It feels good, it does its job, and yeah, I really like it. So I have been going without it for, you know, about a month, and my skin has been doing okay. I actually find for me that I think that my skin tends to be better the fewer products I use. So yeah, like if I feel like I would continue to use the astringent if I feel like I need to, but right now I'm kind of just letting my skin do its thing and then just kind of monitoring it from there. But in general, if you like astringents, I would recommend it, and overall I do see myself repurchasing it. And it is cruelty free, by the way. The next time that I used up is another Clean and Clear item. This is one that came out this year and got a lot of buzz. This is the Watermelon Juicy Scrub. And yeah, it's just a facial exfoliator. So there's a lot of hype this year, or there was, with Clean and Clear coming out with its watermelon line. And I decided to try it out. So when I try facial scrubs, I kind of take it with a grain of salt. You know, like I said, I'm pretty basic with my routine. I generally don't feel like they're life-changing, but I wanted to have some fun with it, and I had a coupon for it, so I decided to pick it up and see how it went. So the grittiness in it, I don't know if this is true, but I wonder if it is actual watermelon seeds, like bits of watermelon seeds, because it was gritty and rough, but they were tiny and they didn't break up. Like, they weren't bursting beads like what you find in their cleansers. But yeah, it was fun, and it actually smelled really lovely. It smelled like watermelon lip smackers, so it kind of brought me back to like the 8th grade, 2003, where you at with that. So if Clean and Clear comes out with a watermelon facial cleanser, like the ones with the bursting beads, I would totally get down with that and love it, because it was such a fun fragrance. But in terms of a facial scrub, I could take it or leave it. All right, so the next thing I used up, speaking of my face, is this Yes to Cucumbers Calming Facial Wipes. So I use these for multiple purposes. Sometimes I use them to take off my makeup if I'm traveling or feeling especially lazy late at night. I will also use them if I'm very on the go but kind of want to just like freshen up a little bit. So I'll just kind of like take a wipe and like wipe down my arms, my legs, you know, whatever, and just kind of like freshens you up in general very quickly without having to take a shower. So yeah, all kinds of good purposes with Yes To. The cucumbers is my favorite line that Yes To does. I find that it's just the gentlest on my skin and it feels the best. But yeah, in general, I would recommend other products from Yes To. It's just that the cucumber items are my favorite. Next item that I used up is this CoverGirl, please excuse my cat in the distance, this CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless 3-in-1 foundation. This is the foundation that I use all the time. I have not been wearing foundation lately because right now I'm wearing glasses and no makeup. So yeah, I haven't touched my foundation in a while, but I do enjoy it. And I feel like it lasts me a good amount of time for what I pay for it. And yeah, I really enjoy it. It feels good and it smells fine, and I feel like the coverage it gives me is pretty good. I tend to be a medium coverage person. You know, I don't need it totally caked on, but I need it to do its job, especially if I have any redness. So yeah, I think it's a really great medium coverage foundation, and I will continue to repurchase it. I'm very glad that CoverGirl went cruelty free. Next item I used up is this Dove Advanced Care, and this is an antiperspirant. So I used this up randomly because I like had it in my desk at work, and I finally just grabbed it and used up the entire thing. I'm a high school teacher, and when we're actually in the school building, I keep kind of an arsenal of like Band-Aids and deodorant and stuff like that in my desk, just for, you know, any situation, you never know. So when we shut down in March, I just kind of brought all my stuff from my desk home with me and just used that up. Dove, I don't think is cruelty free, but you know, I just needed something in my desk quickly, and I was not being especially picky. So yeah, in general, I really do love Dove's deodorants. I think they're nice and they feel good and it smells very refreshing. So I would repurchase it for my desk. The next thing that I used up is this, or I guess I didn't use it up, I'm decluttering it. It's this e.l.f. kind of like duo eyeshadow, kind of like a dark purple and a very dark taupe. I just kind of acquired this back in November when I was hosting a student group, I guess, who was doing like a night in my classroom where they learned how to apply makeup and tie ties. I co-sponsor the Gay Straight Alliance, so that's the student group that was doing that, and we took donations. My co-sponsor and I took donations of makeup and ties and all kinds of stuff, and our donations were amazing. They were like the good stuff too. Like there was NARS everywhere, and like Anastasia Beverly Hills, like all kinds of like good stuff. And there was also this really like easy to use kind of cheaper stuff too that would be accessible to most of our kids. So yeah, once my kids kind of took whatever they wanted and left, I also perused the donations that we got, and I picked that up because I really enjoy purple eyeshadows in general. However, I found that this eyeshadow was just a little bit too dark and didn't quite suit me. So I tried it a few times, but I decided to just declutter it and move on. The next item that I used up is this mascara. It is the CoverGirl Clump Crusher Mascara. This is the mascara that I use all the time. I really enjoy it. And yeah, it stays on all day, cruelty-free, perfect. Next time I used up is this Sky Organics Lip Balm. This was in Strawberry Bliss. I used to be a chapstick girl, but chapstick is owned by Pfizer. Pfizer is not cruelty-free, so a couple years ago I started to seek out some cruelty-free, more natural lip balms, and I found Sky Organics. I'm a big fan of Sky Organics. I'm also a big fan of Mango Kiss. Those are two really great brands of lip balm that are cruelty-free. The Strawberry Bliss is my favorite flavor from Sky Organics that I've tried out. Right now I'm using, I want to say like a mint, yeah, it's some kind of peppermint or whatever from Sky Organics. It kind of tastes like eucalyptus a little bit, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, the Strawberry Bliss was my favorite. It has a good texture to it, a good consistency. It feels good, and like I said, it's cruelty-free, so it's perfect. And I found it at Walmart? Kroger? I don't know, like some drugstore. So yeah, just be on the lookout for it if you're interested in a cruelty-free lip balm. The next time I used up is a small kind of trial size of the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum. So this is a serum that you put in your hair when it is damp, and it just kind of helps it to dry faster. I used the Super Skinny Serum off and on when I was still living in Kansas, and I enjoyed it. So I think that it's one of those items that is very easy to use too much, and then it just makes your hair kind of greasy and weighed down. So you have to be careful with it, but in general, I really enjoy it. It helped to tame my hair once I dried it with a blow dryer, and also just helped it dry faster. So in general, I do like it. It's not something that I feel like if I don't buy this again, that I'm just going to die, but I do have another trial size of the Super Skinny Serum, so you will see it in my empties again eventually. So in general, if you like hair serums, I would recommend it, but again, it's one of those things where I don't feel like I personally need to have it in my arsenal of stuff. Second to last time I have is this Morphe concealer. I also purchased this for my wedding, and yeah, I thought it was great. I actually enjoyed it so much that I took out the stopper, as you can see, and I got a few more uses out of it. I have since repurchased it because I do like it so much, and yeah, it does a great job. It has great coverage, it feels good. It is a little tacky, I guess. It is harder to like spread and blend if that's how you use your concealer, but that doesn't bother me so much that I don't like it. So yeah, just a thought that I've had about that. The last time I have is this really random like Yes to Coconut Moisturizing Sleep Mask. I acquired this in a Poshmark purchase. So oftentimes if you buy something off of Poshmark, you'll get some random little like freebie or a thank you note or both or whatever in your package, and I just got this from something that I purchased. I don't even remember what, but yeah, it was like a clay mask that you spread on with a spoon, and yeah, I thought it was fine. You fell asleep in it, which was kind of odd. It made me a little like sketchy about like sleeping on my pillow, but it turned out to be fine. It really did not make a mess. I don't feel like it really did anything for me, but it was fun to try, and like I said, in general, I would recommend Yes To products. So that is it for my, beauty and makeup empties for the month of June 2020. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at yellowbrickrepat, same way it's spelled below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.